What is denied by many people, but it is actually 100% real. Majority of folks aren't playing the official Uno rules. When I went to sea, I would see the occasional flying fish. It was surprising how many people thought I was pulling their leg when I told them about it. Shark attacks are extremely rare. A lie detector isn't reliable. You don't know how to fight unless you've been trained or have experience in fighting. Most people imagine themselves beating ass only to have reality smash them in the nose. A lot of people even injure themselves just trying to throw punches. If it is happening to someone else, it can happen to you. Have you ever listened to someone talk for less than a minute and immediately felt like you wouldn't get along with them? What did they say? I already decided what to order. And sorry, not sorry if you're offended. But we're gonna eat what I'm ordering. You'll thank me for it. This was a person I was meeting for the first time. A friend introduced me to a stranger at a party and said we should get along great since we were both into music. The stranger was in a band and I used to work as a sound lighting tech. He asked why I quit music and I told him I got sick of working every single weekend and making garbage pay. I enjoy shows far more as an attendant than a worker. He responds, "Oh, you don't love music." Which is okay. It's just that if you really loved music you would have stuck it out. For me, I couldn't live without music. It's just different. It took about 15 seconds of conversation to realize the dude was fucking insufferable. The classic one-up manship. You tell a simple story about something that's happened to you. For example, I once completed an escape room challenge in 30 minutes. Cue ignoramus compulsive liar. Yeah, I've done that blindfolded and in half the time. I've done escape rooms abroad and I was the first one to escape. Oh, fuck off. I can tell almost immediately by the way a customer walks up to the register whether or not they're going to be an asshole. She was in a writer's group. The comment was made that Finnegan's Wake by James Joyce is a classically difficult book to get through. She opened with, actually she found it very easy. In fact, a friend of hers was a lecturer in nearby famous university, and he often came to her for insights into Joyce's work. I suspected immediately a narcissist. Pathological liar. I was right. She earned the nickname amongst the group of 11. As in, if you said you'd been to Tenerife, she would say she had been to 11erife. My old French teacher in I think 8th grade. It took her not even 5 minutes for us to hate her. I don't like any of you. I'm not your friend but a teacher to annoying brats. You'll do as I say when I say it and complainers get a 6. Equivalent to an F. For this class. Her husband was a pretty cool guy though. What are common things that almost everybody has done except you? Prob break a bone. It at least seems common since I've seen tons of people with broken bones in school. Brace, cast, crutch, etc. I cannot whistle no matter how hard I try. Move out of childhood home. Walk on 2 legs. I walk just fine, but with a prosthesis. Had a nosebleed. I grew up in a meth household. My dad, my sisters, my brother, their SOs and friends, my boyfriends later on, my sister's kids, all methed out all the time. I was the only one with a job, trying to sleep and eat like a normal person. It was crazy. My nephew in prison has asked me numerous times why I never did it. Dude, what? It's not like they made it look good or fun. Jesus. Edit to add. Holy moly, guys. I didn't realize this post would get so much attention. Thanks for the well wishes and the awards. I survived and I'm doing great given the circumstances. I can't say the same for all the rest of the family. My sisters and Bill did get clean. But unfortunately 2 of my nephews did not. One is in prison and one is off the grid. Strung out on meth. Living on the street pretending he is Rambo. But I'm proof the cycle can be broken. Thanks again for everything. We live in a time where intelligent people are silenced so that stupid people won't be offended. What do you think of this quote? Do you agree with this? Intelligent people aren't silenced. They are ignored because they don't tell people what they want to hear. We live in a time where stupid people suffer self-fulfilling prophecies. That sounds like a corollary to Isaac Asimov's famous statement about anti-intellectualism. Greater than anti-intellectualism has been a constant thread winding its way through our political and cultural life, nurtured by the false notion that democracy means that my ignorance is just as good as your knowledge. The problem with this quote is that the stupid people think they are the smart people in this sentence. More importantly, we live in a time where intelligent people with strong morals, ethics are avoiding positions of power and authority because they know they will become a target by the establishment of morally bankrupt criminals that salivate over power and have the reins of control. If you want to offend some people, tell them lies. If you want to offend others, tell them the truth. I agree with this. The problem is that stupid people don't know that they're stupid. And they have a huge amount of support because there's so many more stupid people than there are smart. Because we're underfunding public schools and college is a debt trap. Last time you were in a hospital, what was the reason? I was getting a checkup to make sure I don't have cancer anymore. I worked there. Coffee shop gave me regular instead of decaf. Resting heart rate of 140 and sweating buckets. Kidney stones wouldn't pass on their own. That's the worst pain I've ever experienced. 2 days ago, I finally decided to get help for my PTSD and alcoholism. Severe preeclampsia. Went in for a routine check. Wasn't allowed to leave for a month. Came out with a healthy son though. Shout out to the team at St. Thomas Hospital in London. No matter what numerous roles they have, whose actor will you always connect with? That one role. Jason Alexander as George Costanza. David Schwimmer will never not be Ross Geller. John Krasinski as Jim Halpert. When I see him in other stuff, I can't escape the idea of him being an aloof paper salesman. Giancarlo Esposito will probably be Gus Fring forever. Mostly because every other role is basically just Gus again. Ed O'Neill will always be Al Bundy. Keanu Reeves is Keanu Reeves. What food do you like that many people consider disgusting? I like literally everything people wrote here except that one person that said, cat food. Edit. After so many replies, I decided to give cat food another go after a few years. And my verdict is, dry cat food. Greater than. Yay, this one I still don't like. Less than. Wet cat food. Greater than. I added some salt and honestly I changed my mind. This is actually palatable. And I added some spices and sautéed the rest. Put it in a tortilla with some sauce. It was actually kinda delicious. Less than. Brussels sprouts. I am sorry, but I seem to be the only one loving green olives. Better stuffed with jalapeno. Also love me some green olive tapenade on toast. I said it before. I am sorry. Beef tongue. Broccoli, asparagus and Brussels sprouts. Liver pâté on toast. Usually add onions or tomato on top. What's the story behind your username? I really don't recall. It's what my wife calls me when I complain about anything. It was a play on the name format, You Are Not Me. Edit. Thanks for the gold. I shall pay it forward irresponsibly. Sherbs is my cat. I was making lots of pet portrait sketches for others. And I was making lots of sketches of my kitty too. Here's one. https i.imager.com/54gw5kz.jpg Self-explanatory. I tried about 50 different names that were apparently taken, and this is the first one it let me have. Subscribe, my brothers.